So, Normani dropped her biggest solo single called Motivation a year ago, August 2019. However, she has yet to release a single since, with Motivation dropping a year ago and no new music in sight. I am here to rant about the things her and her team could be doing better, as well as some things I would like to see and/or fix going forward. Now, I am Lonnie. Let's get into the video. My gripes with Normani and her team can really be summed up in 3 points. So I will try to divvy up this video into 3 points. My first point being lack of fan engagement. Normani was subjected to brutal attacks and bullying on the internet as a Black person. Reading her comments, it was too much even for me, and I had to log off. So I can only imagine what she was going through. So this has made Normani and her team very defensive and sensitive to any online trolls or supporters just trying to give valid criticism. This online harassment took place around 4 years ago. I can understand her wanting and needing to step back from the internet for a while. However, I really wanted to see a lot more fan engagement from her during the promotion of Motivation, or just going forward, really. With the internet and social media playing a massive role in who streams what, it's important for artists to establish a supportive fan base, and there's no better way to do that than through social media. Normani is posting on average around 2 times a month, if that, on Instagram. And lately it seems like her captions are just emojis and nothing that could give us a glimpse into her personality. I am going to use Lisa from BLACKPINK as an example for a moment. For a year and a half, her and her group were not allowed to release music. Despite all this, she was posting on Instagram, I would say around 3 to 4 times a month, has released 3 to 4 short, well-produced dance videos, 2 videos of her and her group mates just at random stops during their tour, as well as went on a show in China called Youth with You as a dance mentor and instructor for the young contestants, as well as all the brand deals that she has received. I suggest Normani take a page out of Lisa's book and post some dance videos and just post more on Instagram. That alone would keep people very interested in her. People already are, but the conversation surrounding her sometimes seems to take a negative turn when it comes to things like music and fan engagement. It would also be nice to see her go on live more. I know that Normani was a guest star on The Voice. However, that was just one episode, I believe. It would have been cool to see her as a judge on a music or a singing show, since that is where she got her start. On to my next point. The music. Normani has almost no solo music under her belt. It is oftentimes just blank featuring Normani, blank X Normani, but it is rarely just Normani herself on a track. Motivation was somewhat generic in its lyrics. It could be because Normani isn't credited as a writer, thus meaning she didn't have anything to do with its lyrical content. However, on her songs Waves and in the Calvin Harris EP, she is. Maybe she needs to have a heavier hand in writing lyrics in her music just to connect with listeners better. I do feel as though her lack of discography is hindering her success. Her team should have released Motivation, given it better promotion, 4 months later drop a follow-up single, then drop an album. However, it seems as though her team lacks the passion to give her promo for an extended period of time. I believe she needs to consistently be releasing something, whether that be music, Instagram posts, dance videos, or just even TikToks. And as far as her album goes, it's a double-edged sword. When she does talk about the album, she did say she wanted to release the album early to mid 2020. And with that not happening, unkept promises do hurt fans. And I do not blame the pandemic for stopping her album coming out because there was no follow-up single to Motivation. I genuinely just think even if there wasn't a pandemic going on, that album wouldn't have come out. And if she doesn't talk about music, then fans are also going to get upset. And I know I did this, but I questioned how committed she was to actually being an artist and whether she actually had a passion for music or whether her heart really lied with, say, dance. So, yeah. As far as music goes, she does seem to be in a tough spot. My final point is lack of promo. Like I said earlier, her team is severely lacking in, I would say, the passion needed for her to be successful. In this day and age, it is important to push Black girls harder because they are often overlooked. And it seems like her team is just giving up on her or doesn't care. Her team comes across very lazy, since while Motivation was out, it didn't get much real promotion. The reason it seemed so successful, or the reason it was so successful, is because people loved the music video, and she received a lot of praise from other big names in the industry. Most of that hype wasn't created from a team, but more so from just regular people latching on to it, and her also celebrity peers mentioning it and telling people to go check it out. Now, this is what I believe her team should have done with the Motivation rollout. So I would move up Motivation's release date to either June or July. Motivation seemed like more of a summer song, but it came out very close to when summer was over and kids were going back to school. And once Motivation is out, try to start a Motivation challenge of some sort. Anyone doing it gets a like and share from Normani herself, or maybe even a comment. Have her go on as many platforms as possible during the next 4 to 6 months in order to promote not only Motivation, but the upcoming album. Yes, album. Platforms like Ellen, Song Association, Breakfast Club, Teen Vogue, just to name a few. Have her perform Motivation at MTV Awards in August and have her announce her follow-up single either at the MTV Awards or very close to that time. Late September, early October, release the follow-up single, maybe one with a bit of trap influence, and possibly stick with those throwback visuals that people seem to really enjoy from the first release. After that, maybe a month or two later, release the third single, this one I would make more of a softer ballad, something a bit more personal, and then drop the album, I would say, a week after that final single. Now, that is just what I would do if I was her team. That is all I have for this video today. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in my next one.